Hi, Sean.
I talked to you yesterday.
Good. You are fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes. A great host. Show is great. Listen to his show.
Absolutely, 95.5.
One mic. All I need is one mic. That's all I need. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, love. Just you and me.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad. It's near freezing in the suburbs, about 35.
Two dueling health care bills are up for back-to-back votes in the Senate today, and they're both expected to fail. A plan introduced by Democrats would extend Obamacare subsidies for 3 years. The Republican proposal calls for depositing money into health savings accounts. Affordable Care Act tax credits are set to expire in 3 weeks, and millions of Americans could see their premiums skyrocket. In the House, nearly a dozen moderate Republicans have signed a petition to force a vote on extending ACA subsidies for 2 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Shelley Winter Show, live, local, topical, and relevant, my friends. And I'm shocked not that these people have no plan. I want to start off the show talking to us, the voters. I'm not talking to the politicians right now. I have nothing to say to the politicians. I don't want to say anything to the politicians. I'm talking to us. And I'm not talking to one side. I'm talking to the voters, the people, us, who go every 2, every 4, every 6, whatever it is, every special election, whatever it is. The people who do research, maybe they just vote for their side. That's okay. But we vote. We go, we get up on election day, or we go early. We may go souls to the polls, or we may go on a weekday, or whatever it is. We go and we pull or take the paper and stick it through. We show our ID to the poll workers who are sitting there all day long, all voting season long, all election season long. We're nice to them. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Mr. Winter. And we go. And we vote. We listen to the ads. We get the mailers. We get the Facebook posts. We get our friends telling us who we need to vote for. It's a process, and we go through it, and we do it. And we all do. We all go vote. One side wins, one side loses. But you know what? I just saw a group of people, by the way, who are paid by you and I. These people are paid by us. I don't know if many of you recognize that. I don't know if many of you who don't want tax breaks for the rich, or some of you who don't want, I don't want my tax dollars going to feed a welfare queen. Whatever side you may be on, many of you seem to always be concerned about where your tax dollars are going to. Yet now, as voters, the people we pay with our tax dollars can't do something as basic as figure out a plan so their constituents, the American people, can have some quality, affordable health care. Whether that looks like putting the pressure on the medical establishment to not charge a lot, I don't know what it looks like. But I know that the Democrats, and I'm just taking you through the timeline. I'm not blaming anybody. Well, I'm blaming us, the voters. I'm not blaming them, the politicians. They're doing exactly what they do. But the Democrats 3 years ago, during COVID, said, hey, let's put in these subsidies for health care to bring the cost down because of COVID. That's the reasoning they used. Right or wrong, that's the reasoning they used. But they knew when they did it 3 years ago, it was going to be 3 years from then, was going to expire. They knew it, right? If you put something in law and you vote for it and it says this is for 3 years, in 3 years it's going to end. Every single person listening to me right now must plan not for the tomorrow, but for 3 years later. What am I going to do in 3 years when this expires? That's how we all live our lives. Not them. No, not them. The Republicans during this time knew 3 years from now, these subsidies are going to expire. The Republicans also knew that once the American people got a taste of a lower health care, you'd be hard-pressed to give it up unless you had a better plan. So for 3 years, what did the Republicans do? Same thing the Democrats did. Nothing. Meanwhile, remember, my friends, both of them are paid by us. So at what point do we, the voters, at what point are we going to be men and women enough? I'm not talking about we're not children. At what point are we going to be men and women enough to stand up to our particular side and say, yo, man, what are you doing? When are we going to do that? You know how they keep us? I saw an Occupy Democrat meme that said, Republicans want to give us $1,000 health savings account and it costs X amount to get a basic whatever. And all my Democrat friends are sharing it. Yeah, the Democrats are right. Republicans are sharing memes that say, this was only a subsidy for 3 years. We need a better plan. It's your fault. That's how they keep us. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here telling you, both sides, you're being played. These people knew 3 years ago that this day would come. What did they do between the time they signed the subsidies to go into law and now? What did they either side do? The people you pay with your tax dollars. Now, you can call me up 448-720-750, 1-800-WSB-TALK, and you can give me all the talking points that they gave you, by the way. None of the talking points that you would call me and tell me from either side is going to be a thought that you had. It's going to be a thought that they gave you to use. But at what point are we going to say as voters, hey, man, do you mind doing your job just once? Do you mind doing your job just once? Because I'm paying you. My tax dollars that I don't want my tax dollars going to Ukraine. Don't want my tax dollars going to the welfare queen. Don't want tax breaks for the rich. Don't want my tax dollars to go to the military-industrial complex. Pick a thing that Democrats and Republican voters, taxpayers, do not want their tax dollars to go to. But you'll never hear them say, I don't want my tax dollars going to these no-good politicians on both sides of the aisle who refuse to do the basic thing that we pay them to do. Health care has been a problem since the Clinton administration. Since the Clinton administration. You remember when Hillary was going to do health care for her husband? And we still don't have it right. Yet we still pay people to go up there, act like they're going to get it right. Some will run up there and say, Shelley, vote for me. I'm going to repeal and replace. Okay, yay. At what point am I not the idiot? At what point? At what point I'm not the dummy for continuing to come on this radio station touting the Republicans and they don't do anything? At what point are my colleagues on the left who tout the Democrats and they don't do anything? At what point are we all stupid? At what point are we all complicit in this game being run on the American people? Because it is a game. They just had a continuing resolution. That lasts through January. Guess what the whole continuing resolution was all about? Health care. January's in 3 weeks. What do you think is going to happen? You think they're going to come up with a plan? No. Here's the game they're going to play over the next 2 or 3 weeks. They're going to say, well, Republicans will come and tell you, well, we have a health savings account for $1,000. The Democrats won't do it. You need to call your Democrat senator and tell him to vote for health savings accounts. And the Democrats are going to tell their voters, well, what's $1,000? We need to keep the subsidies going. And they're going to play that game back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And all of us, all the voters, all the dummies, we're the voters, we're the dummies, we're the stupid people. We're going to get in our little silos, and we're going to get on social media and Facebook and Twitter, and we're going to argue with each other about something that they should be doing, but they won't. I'm starting to believe that the entire country is dumb. And the smartest people in this country, are those who know there's a game being played and they refuse to participate in it. I'm really starting to believe those who tell you when you say, hey, who'd you vote for? And they say, I don't vote. It's a game. Those are the smartest people because they refuse to participate in something that is completely corrupt and completely unwinnable for the voter. The Shelley Winter Show, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. We will be right